we're looking at today. More of the same. I feel like recently we've been talking about Q usage a lot on Gwen, right? And fighting. And we've also been talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
making sure you're not forcing fights without your ult or without your Nashers, right? So I'm gonna be looking to see some of that. So far everything's just normal. We're just full clearing. Everything is pretty standard. Full clearing down. Full clear again. I mean, so far a perfect early game of full clearing, as funny as that sounds.
Sir.
You know
Okay.
what I mean? Now we're finally level 6, so now if you want to be a part of a fight, let's be a part of a fight, you know? Let's E-ult instantly. Let's ult a bit earlier. Now we ult, you know?
A little,
But
little late.
but now we want to leave, you know? And we also still not popping our pot. So, again, I'd say, again,
Yes.
we just have to
Just
ult at the very, just have to ult at the very start, because, again, most of your damage is your Q. Um, and here obviously you miss the Q, but like you're always gonna miss it because he's just running away. But if you obviously ult him at the very, I mean, I would ult him right here over the wall, like right E ult, and then right here you could ult him
yeah.
right now. But even now, you could still when you auto him with red buff, then you could ult. Um, and then ult, ult this entire time, and he would get slowed. And then once he's slowed, obviously you still have Ghost, so when he's slowed, you're gonna catch up to him eventually. And then you're gonna land this Q3 instead of missing it, and then it's just a lot of damage. So I think if you pot at the very start, you ult earlier. Obviously don't miss your third one as well. I think you should always kill this guy and then live. So just have to ult earlier, pot earlier. I mean, you didn't even pot at all, to be honest. Um, so I mean, nothing really new.
Yeah.
Just have to not be greedy. We kind of been like full clearing all game so far, which is a good thing.
Mhm.
But it's like, okay, once we full clear all game, once we are finally a part of a fight, we want the fight to go well, or we want to like we've been patient for a while, so we want to get like rewarded for our patience, you know. But then if you just keep saving your spell abilities. Like you haven't fought in 10 minutes. Like it's fine to finally use everything. You just be better safe than sorry. Use Ghost, use ult, use your pot. You know, if you full clear for
Yeah.
10 minutes, we want that first fight to go well. You know. Okay. Because getting easy, just ult and goes at the very start, and I would be surprised if this game doesn't go somewhat well. You know, because you just used all your stuff
Yeah.
at the start. You're not being greedy. You're not saving it, and easy double kill. You know, so.
Yeah.
This is kind of how it should be looking. Like with Gwen, it's like you're just full clearing, finally have a gank opportunity or a fight opportunity, so you just use everything. Your
And
ult,
then
your
boom,
pot,
double.
your ghost, and boom double, you know? And now we have no ult and ghost for another 2 minutes, so guess what? Now we just go back to full clearing, and now we should just try to avoid fighting. In this case, it's fine, because it's different from, like... Sorry. It's different when I say avoid fighting, and it's you starting fights, and then it's you responding to the fights, you know? Because this is different. This is obviously
Yeah.
fine to go for, because they're trying to kill your teammates, so you're trying to help your
hmm
teammates and stop them, you know? So this one's like, okay. It's different if you were like the one starting this fight. You were the one going in first, you know. So this is obviously completely fine. But when it comes to fights that we're starting, we better have our ult up and preferably our ghost and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I think I went for the dragon here, but I don't think that was the right idea.
I mean, just one of those things. Again, I know here it comes up, but at the very start you don't have ult. I think there's also no rush. Like you have, look how many camps you up. One, two, three. Gruul starting. So mine is just like again, no rush. I would just clear down. Krugs, Red, Raptors, Wolves. Then we pull Dragon. By then we'll be level 10. By then our Ghost won't be back up, but it'll be like coming up, right? There's no rush. And then the thing is one of the things where if you're on these camps and you see them start it, and you have vision of the river. So if you see them start it, then you could technically skip camps to come. Or if you want, you could just say, okay, if I give Dragon and I could play for trade and king top and get top tower and get his top camps. I'm not saying you have to trade. I'm just saying you'll have options, right? You could do,
Yeah,
I could
yeah,
fight, I can trade. But here, when you go here, there's no option now. I must do Dragon, even though my camps are up and I'm just bleeding them. Here he has a good trade. Thankfully, he like I know they fight, but he could technically not fight. He could go take your entire top side, three camps, a lot of camps. Then he can like gank
yeah.
the Garen, play for top tower. They have two grubs, right? So I think anytime in league, it's not about figuring out the best option. It's about usually the best option. This is gonna sound like contradictory. The best option
Hmm.
in league isn't the best option. The best option is giving yourself multiple options. So let's say there's like four options. One, two, three, four. Let's say this one's the best one. Let's say second, third, fourth, right? So this is the best one, right? But this one is you when you choose it, you can only choose this one. I'd rather you choose these options, if that makes sense. Or I'd rather you choose options that could give you like two different choices. Not like oh I'm
Okay,
because then
yeah,
when you
kind
do
of
like let's say there's two things. There's I have to do this one, I have to do this one, or I could do both of these, right? So this is like the bad one, there's a great one, and then there's position yourself. But if you choose these two, you get two. If you choose first or fourth, you can only get one of them. You know what I mean? So I'd rather be in a position where you have options than like I have to always be doing the most perfect play at all times. You know what I mean? I obviously
okay.
prefer to do the better play, but I think it's just giving yourself options is the important part. But when you do
Hmm.
this and you just skip all your camps to come here, when you do this basically means I have to win this fight now or the game's over. That's what this means, you know? Because I'm skipping all my camps to be here. Does that make sense? Um, and then the fight goes poorly, which it's not like let me watch this again. I mean, it's just hard to. You just have to one shot this guy before he gets his thing. So I think it's again. You're doing another Q3. I think if you can be a little more greedy and wait for your Q4 and then hit him with Q4, he might like die before he gets revived. It's not sure. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Some of
But
these replays are a little older from I haven't
yeah,
played
okay,
recent ones, so.
sounds good. But yeah, I do think obviously there's again we always say Nashers and alts like you are strong, but if we can get like level 11 and then our Riftmaker, I think
That's the next power
that's when it's
spike.
yeah they're really big, especially in this game where they have like a lot of bruisers like they have Mundo, Zaheen, Aatrox, Bromley. These are really
Oh
fucking tanky
dude,
guys.
bro, I was salivating at that draft,
These
bro.
are really tanky
Salivating.
guys, so I think we're like Riftmaker this game will help us more than normally, right? So getting that spike early is gonna be a big thing. Full clear up. Okay, the fight here. Take the Herald over. You can try to ult at the very start. This guy's dead. That was your first Q4 of the day. Nice.
Amen.
See, this is a good example when it's good to Q2. Oh, yeah, I'll show you. Because here you Q2'd. Here you have to, because if he autos you a single more time, he'll get his revive. Look how close he is. So, but this
Yeah.
Q2 kills him. But if you went for another auto then Q3, by the time your auto, like that time it takes to do that, he'd get an auto off. So this is a perfect example of when it's okay to do like a Q1 or Q2. Is just when that's when it's just enough damage to kill them. Just you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it's very like 10% of the time. It's very rare. Um,
Okay.
but you're queued like that like maybe 40% of the time. So. This is good. Now that you have Riftmaker, now I feel way more confident about just like, fuck it, just start fights, you know? Because they're so tanky and bruiser filled. I think with Riftmaker now, you just can completely run them over, which is what I mean, which is what you're doing. Play the Herald. Here you could ult and just ghost and run them down. Like when you start with Herald, you know the Herald's gonna kill tower because you see how low it is. So you could start
Yeah.
just running through them like there's no tower because in like 1 to 3 seconds the tower will die. So just pop ghost right now, pop ult right now, and just this should be a triple kill. You know, you could double ult these guys. They're honestly the same line, so double ult. and then keep going, and then chase MF, and then you should kill all three of them here, in my opinion. If you just instantly ult and instantly ghost, we'll see if it ends up happening. You ult now you pop ghost, and now it looks like you just killed Zaheen. But I think can you see this? How if you instantly use everything, now they're dead because you don't
Oh
have to.
yeah,
You could
yeah.
literally outrun them to this tower. This is where they're finally safe.
Mm-hmm. Red buff, ghost, everything.
Yeah, literally. Oops. But now I think the game's pretty nice. Like you get your second large rod. I think you play for this dragon and this atakan. I think I would just wait here for. I just kill wolves. Like you're one camp off an extra large rod, and I don't think Taibais really gives you too. I mean, Taibais aren't terrible, but I think a lot of times as Gwen, you'd rather just kill them before they kill you, right? And you just rely on the armor and MR you're getting from your W. And also, it's one of the things where you heal so much that sometimes by doing more damage, that's making you tankier as well, you know. So
Yeah.
I think if it was like a super big tab eyes game, like they're like all auto attackers and they're full 80 sure, but Mundo has a lot of like mixed damage, um, and like Braum has obviously Mercs for Braum isn't even bad too because it's Braum CC. It's kind of like
Yeah,
split.
Braum CT broken, bro.
Yeah. Okay, let's watch this fight again. I think you need as a really good habit to just start like I would just ult right now, boom, R1. It's just to charge it up and just to get the initial slow on. It's not even for the damage, you know. Um, so I think you're
Okay.
ulting kind of. It's not even. It's my preference. It's late, you know. Um. Okay. Right now, watch this fight again. I think a lot of times as Gwen, you can just play to hit front line. Like instead of dashing through this Braum to hit MF, just you could just hit the Braum.
Just slap him.
Yeah, because again, you're the really good tank killer, right? So you could just so if this guy keeps staying in your face trying to peel his MF, you'll just kill him. And a lot of times you could just charge up your Q on them, and then like sometimes you hit this guy 4 times, one, two, three, he gets half HP, you get Q4, and then by then your E's back up because of how the refund works, and then you'll a Q4 on MF or a Q4 on Zaheen. Like a lot of times you'll just hit the thing in front of you, stack up your Conquer, stack up Riftmaker, right? Stack up your Q, and then you'll use them to, and then you'll QE onto an actual carry or like a important target. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You don't need to just
Yeah. Yeah.
I think like an assassin maybe like Rengar or Kha'Zix, they would just like dive on the backline because they don't kill the tanks. But you are
Mm-hmm.
like one of the best tank killers, and you're just ignoring the free tanks to dive on MF. Who, if you press tab, this MF's not even like the strongest member. Like if it was like 0-5, 0-5, 0-5, 10-0, then I might be getting it right. But like this guy is just as strong as this guy. You know, like they're really not that different. So there shouldn't be like some big prioritization to like I must kill this MF. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Same thing here. Run the quarter. I would just ult right now, right away. Yeah, see, you're just hitting Braum. Nice. Ult in this corridor again. Ult in the corridor again. That should kill him F. Oh, close. Let me watch this again. Kind of no idea why you're pulling it now. Um, you have your mid laner here. You're Garen's top. You're doing this as 3. Like you need to wait for your teammates. There's no same as before. There's no rush. Why are we pulling it now? We have 6 camps up. Why can't we just full clear down Krugs, Red, Raptors, Wolves, Blue, Grump, and then play the pull? By then we'll be level 14. But then you can base for another large rod because you're gonna have obviously this is 700 gold on the map and you have 600 right now. Why do we want to insta pull it? You know, maybe if we saw like 2 of them
Yeah.
top and we have all 5 people here, that'd be one thing. We could say, oh, a we have a current number advantage, right? But here I don't see any of that. We're missing our 2 soul laners, you know. Um, and here in the shop they have 4 and we have 3, so they just have more numbers than we do, you know. I just don't see the point of starting this fight. And now the fight only starts looking better once our Garen comes. But we could have been instead of like be like, oh my god, my
They
hero, he's
started with
finally here. We could have just fought when he was
it.
here to begin with, and then it would never be this close, you know.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
now we get Otacon. Now we clear our camps finally. These camps have been up for a while. Okay, let's watch this fight. Again, at the very start, just insta ghost, insta pop ult. Again, bad Q again. You just queued at the very start.
Yeah. Just Q1.
Yeah, Q1. Just you could charge it up. They did Q3. Like you see how rarely you do Q4s. The best coin players, 80% of their Qs are Q4s or Q3s. That's it.
Okay.
Yours is like I think I've
Okay.
seen 1 Q4 this game, maybe 2. It should be like the complete opposite.
That'll be the quota now. That'll
I
be the
mean I think
quota.
you could have 2 I think if you like here right now you can just hold your Q and then you can just when this guy spawns out you could just Q him and now this will be your Q4. You know here if you're standing here this is actually a double Q4 if anything, right? Um, so yeah. Now we have death cap. Now we're insanely strong. See here, pulling this isn't as bad because you see we're doing this with all 5 teammates. No one's bot or mid or anything, and we see Braum bots,
Yeah.
so we do have a temporary advantage. We get the Baron instantly, and now I assume we just win one fight in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, tried not to upload old VODs, just because it's kind of weird. Cause not weird, but the last 2 sessions, our biggest like thing I've been talking about is your queues. But then we see another old VOD where you're doing the same queues because you haven't been able to actually like use the feedback I'm giving you. So then I'm just kind of saying the
Yeah.
same thing. We're not able to find new problems because I'm too focused on like the glaring issues, and that's the glaring issues have
All
like
right.
already
Yeah.
been addressed. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I get it.
But
Yeah.
it's still I mean it's still a good VOD. I think the still again the objective thing is a big thing to learn. I think the biggest one is the camps. Like a lot of times you're just skipping camps. Like here you could have done Krugs, Red, Raptors, Wolves, then pull this dragon and you'll be stronger. Then the Otacon, same thing. You had camps up for Otacon, and instead of doing that camps, you just ran straight there and forced a fight. I think be under the impression. Sometimes there are times you have to like rush something down or do it fast. A lot of other times you can just take it slow, do your camps. You're the one causing the rush. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, any
Okay.
questions in
Thank
this
you.
game?
Yeah.
Anything you want to look at that I didn't talk about?
No, no, I think we're